I'm holding it. To go to, I'm gonna walk it with them next, but on the 16th, we're gonna go ahead and get it over with, I think.
What is it he wants?
I mean, I'm for the guy, you know, but our staff and this stormwater stuff, I mean, I'm not a scientist, I don't know.
So it's not like hot, but yeah.
But hopefully, we get it worked out.
It's awfully quiet in here.
The mic's on.
Quiet.
Mike's not run.
Hi, Tony.
I really thought we had that fixed so we couldn't hear you so much.
I didn't want him to get lonely back there.
He even had him change
Comes the boss, everybody better
thing
straighten up.
on the
That's
screen.
right.
Wow.
Hey, Alexander, you had him change the name on the screen even?
Gotta love these guys.
The tag's still on that tie? Yeah, about that difference.
They got a new tie for
Let
him.
me put all that shit on.
I'm a little surprised.
like to stir it up.
Oh, that crap tonight.
Yeah.
Are you using a pink gavel?
The March 19th, 2024 meeting of the City Council is hereby called to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. Mr. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Will do.
Alderman Redpath.
Here.
Alderman Gregory.
Here.
Alderman Williams.
Here.
Alderman Rockford. Alderwoman Purchase. Alderman Carlson.
Nope.
Here.
Alderwoman Notriano.
Here.
Alderwoman Connolly.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Donlin.
Here.
Alderman Hanauer.
Here.
Mayor Busher.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Is there a quorum present, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, a quorum is present.
The chair will entertain a motion to allow Mayor Busher, who is under the weather this evening, to attend electronically.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Welcome, Mayor. Okay, the first item on the agenda is we have a couple of proclamations. Will Marcus Johnson from the Springfield Urban League and Dominic Watson from CAP 108 join me at the podium? And Alderman Gregory, do you mind joining us as well? Okay. City of Springfield proclamation, whereas through the state designated cultural districts program championed by Governor J.B. Pritzker and the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, 10 distinguished recipients were bestowed with this honor both in 2023 and 2024. Whereas inaugurated in 2023, the state designated cultural districts program is dedicated to celebrating the invaluable contributions of historic cultural districts, with a primary focus on bolstering economic development prospects. And whereas the establishment of the state-designated cultural districts within Springfield marks a significant milestone, emphasizes our community's commitment to preserving its rich heritage and fostering economic growth. And whereas Illinois stands as a trailblazer in recognizing the transformation of potential of cultural and driver of economic prosperity, being the foremost state in the nation to institute such a pioneering initiative. And whereas it is with great pride that the City of Springfield congratulates the Springfield Urban League and CAP 108 for and designated as the Springfield project as the state-designated cultural district for Springfield Southtown Cultural District. And now, therefore, Misty Busher, Mayor of Springfield, Illinois, together with the Springfield City Council, do hereby proclaim that Tuesday, March 19th, 2024, shall be Springfield Cultural District Recognition Day. Please join me in recognizing. Dominic, if you'd like to say a few words.
I wasn't necessarily prepared to have remarks, but thank you, Alderman. I just want to highlight the significance of what we're accomplishing here in the city of Springfield. Our cultural identity is rich. Oftentimes, we're not talking about what's really happening here, and then underserved populations really deserve the opportunity to kind of highlight the historical nature and what we're trying to accomplish. And again, didn't have any prepared statements, but again, I wanted to thank Mayor Misty Busher. I want to thank our own Alderman Sean Gregory, and the rest of the City Council. It feels like just yesterday we were here talking about the city's investment and the importance of CAP 1908. So we're going to continue to do the work. We don't necessarily seek recognition, but this moment for us is significant. So again, thank you.
I just wanted to begin by thanking the mayor as well as all the alderpersons and council members who made this possible for us to, be proclaimed today. We stand on the shoulders of our community and the cultural district that we represent, and are so grateful for not only the acknowledgement locally, but the statewide investment from our governor, J.B. Pritzker. We know that the work is before us to ensure that our community's voice, their desire, their needs, are matching the expectations of a quality of life, a greater quality of life. And so we look forward to doing that work and presenting back to the council and to all of you who are watching the good work that we continue to do for our Springfield community and the east side of Springfield.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for coming down and see you. Thanks for all you do.
Mayor Donlin, let the record reflect that Alderwoman Purchase has joined the quorum.
Welcome, Alderwoman. Thank you, Mike.
Mr. Donlin, hey, before the gentleman leave, and I'm sorry, gentlemen, before y'all leave, though, I think it's only proper, though, that all 10 of us come down there and take a picture, because I can't remember too many 10-0 votes, and CAP 1908 was a 10-0 vote, and I think we all deserve to get down there and take a picture with
Let's
this
do it.
great achievement.
All right, let's do it.
Fall back in, gentlemen.
I just didn't know him yet. I'm gonna go find out.
Yeah, I would walk softly.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're that close.
Don't cook me.
Some should step up on the steps.
Back up. Yeah.
Follow the steps, follow.
There we go.
All right, there we go. Get inside. Thanks, Tony.
Does this look better, Tony?
Thanks, everybody. Good suggestion, Alderman Gregory. Okay, will the representatives, Lou Bart and representatives of the YMCA, please join us at the podium? I know it is. How are you? Good to see you again. See you. Okay, I'll get right to it. Whereas it is with great honor that we recognize the 150th anniversary of the YMCA of Springfield, a beacon of community strength, resilience, and service since its inception on March 25th, 1874. And whereas the YMCA of Springfield has remained steadfast in its commitments to its mission, vision, and values, tirelessly working to strengthen our community by providing programs and services that promote healthy living, youth development, social connection, and personal growth for all. And whereas throughout its history, the YMCA of Springfield has achieved remarkable milestones, leaving a mark on society, including but not limited to pioneering the introduction of soccer programs to Springfield in 1967, and through the growth of its youth program, laying the foundation for every school and soccer program in Central Illinois, thus enriching the lives of countless youths. Championing the cause of gender equality by providing integrated sports and equal athletic fitness opportunities to women in the 1970s, thereby fostering inclusivity and breaking down barriers. Demonstrating true dedication to serving the community by providing a transformative Y experience to over 1,500 underserved and youth annually, nurturing their potential and empowering them to thrive. And whereas from its humble beginnings under 100 members in 1874, the YMCA of Springfield has flourished into an indispensable institution with 20,000 area members today, symbolizing the enduring impact of its vision, leadership, commitment to common good. Now, therefore, Misty Buscher, Mayor of the City of Springfield, Illinois, together with the Springfield City Council, do hereby proclaim Monday, March 25th, 2024, shall be a day of celebration and recognition in honor of the 150th anniversary of the YMCA of Springfield.
I'm going to introduce Angie in just a second. What's that?
Tell them who you are.
Okay. Oh, I'm Lou Bart, Director of Communications and Marketing for the Springfield YMCA. And just like to say the rich history of the YMCA, 150 years ago, next Monday evening, right across the street, in the basement of First Presbyterian Church, the YMCA was formed. So we're right near there. We're proud of that history. Also, we'll extend an invitation to everybody. We're going to celebrate that birthday at 1 p.m. next Tuesday from 1 to 2 Monday, in the church. We're going to have a celebration there, and we're going to have people whose lives have been touched by the YMCA and speakers there. So we welcome everybody in the public to come to that. And now I will introduce Angie Soul, who's the CEO of the YMCA in Springfield, and she has continued for several years that long tradition of service for the YMCA to the community.
Thank you, guys. I'd like to start by thanking Mayor Buscher and the City Council for this acknowledgement of 150 years of continuous service to this community. It's really an honor to stand here, and it's an honor to be involved in an organization that has provided so much to this community. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find another organization that has been as long-standing as ours and whose service and reach expands what ours does. We like to consider ourselves the great equalizer. We are a believer in potential, and we believe that everybody should have the opportunity to discover who they are and be the best version of themselves while removing all barriers, including finances. I think we're one of the only organizations that can boast that in this community, but, it takes a village, and so with the help of, everybody behind us and all the community members who use the YMCA, we're able to continue that service, and we're proud of our history, we're excited about our future, and want to thank you all for the recognition today.
Ready, Mr. Clerk?
I am.
Thank you all. The next item on the agenda is docket number 2024-006 for the property located at 6444 South 6th Street, Frontage Road East. Petitioners are Page Properties of Christian County LLC. Present zoning classification is R5B, General Residence and Office District, Section 155.021. Requested zoning relief, a variance of Section 155.020 regulations of the OFF Office District and Section 155.021 regulations of R5A and B, General Residence and Office District, to allow the use of the building for wholesale offices with storage restricted to utilizing no more than 8,000 square feet of building, subject to the following restrictions. 1, no more than 2 users of the building at any given time. 2, no outside storage allowed other than business vehicles of the building users. And 3, no storage of toxic chemicals on the property. Springfield Sangamon County Regional Planning Staff recommendation is approval as submitted. Planning and Zoning Commission recommendation is accept the recommendation of the Springfield Sangamon County Regional Planning Staff. Chair will entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I accept the Planning and Zoning Commission's recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, nay. The voting is now open. On that motion, there are 9 ayes, no nays. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is docket number 2024-007 for the property located at 2833 and 2901 East Cook. Petitioners are Dependable Motors, Inc. Present zoning classification is I-1 Light Industrial District, Section 155.040. Request and zoning relief. I understand there is a motion.
Yes, I would like to hold this if we could to the next one.
I'd like to hold this till the next meeting, which is Tuesday, April 16, 2024, Alderman.
Correct.
Second.
Motion and a second to hold. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Okay, and that concludes our zoning agenda this evening.
Good job, Matt.
The chair recognizes the treasurer, Colleen Redpath Fager. I'm giving you a little second here for the presentation of the financial report. Just 1 second here.
How the big chair feel?
Floor is yours, treasurer.
Thank you. The treasurer's report for the corporate fund for the month of February. The beginning balance is $61,671,051. We took in total receipts of $13,775,587. We had total disbursements in the month of February totaling $15,221,169. which left the corporate fund ending balance in the month of February at $59,224,469. The ending general balance fund included $14,648,597, which was the ending balance for the ARPA fund, and that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. The chair will entertain a motion to accept the financial report.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion, any discussion, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The chair recognizes the OBM Director, Metzger, for presentation of the OBM report. Treasurer. Director?
OBM contract report, if
Yes,
anyone
ma'am.
has any questions.
Any questions of the Director? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, the chair will entertain a motion to dispense the reading of the minutes of the March 5th, 2024 regular City Council meeting and approve the minutes.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The chair will entertain a motion to incorporate the pre-council first reading of ordinances into the record of this City Council meeting.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. The chair will entertain a motion to incorporate the pre-council reading of the consent agenda into the record of this City Council meeting.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The chair will entertain a motion to place the consent agenda on a final passage.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, the voting is now open. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, nay. The voting is open. Okay. On that motion, there are 9 ayes, no nays. The motion carries. Agenda number 2024-072 remains in committee. The next item on the agenda is 2024-073, an ordinance authorizing payment of $95,000 for settlement of Illinois Human Rights Commission Case 2021 SF0743, Catherine Anastasia Holt versus the City of Springfield. The chair will entertain a motion to place agenda number 2024-073 on final passage.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes.
Any discussion? Alderman Hanauer.
Yeah, I think the one thing I have a issue with this, and I know it's been negotiated, and I normally vote these things straight through, but the concern I have is what else is not covered by our insurance that we can get sued for? In this case, if cosmetic surgery is not covered and somebody wants it, are we liable for that? I think that's the big concern I have, and I've had some people reach out to me and say that when people come on board, they know what the insurance covers, and just because it doesn't cover what they want, to me I think a lot of people feel that this isn't right. I understand this is going to pass, but I do have to kind of raise a little bit of an objection to it and ask, what happens on other things that aren't covered under the insurance?
So after this suit was filed, Illinois changed the insurance code to define and cover the types of claims that were at issue in this lawsuit. So we do now address those. We did move to dismiss this case because these items were not required by the insurance code when this lawsuit was filed. But I do think that subsequent changes to the insurance code have better clarified what we need to cover, and the city does cover that now.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Conley.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to be real quick and clarify, I don't believe anything, it's subject of this case, it wasn't cosmetic so much as it was.
But my point, Alderwoman, if you don't mind, is
Alderman Hanauer.
Well, let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
Alderman Conley.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you too, but when we're talking about things that are central to someone's health, life, and safety, to kind of align that with cosmetic, like a facelift that's kind of how that landed. So I just want to make sure you're not implying that this is similar to we don't cover facelifts, so now we'll have to cover those, right?
Well, I'm talking about it doesn't matter if we only cover so many psychologist things, and that's not enough for somebody. Name anything that could go out. Physical therapy. They don't cover some medical treatment that quite honestly, that the insurance companies balk at. Are we going to get sued? That's my concern.
And I will just say, we were all in here. We had a retired firefighter come in and tell us that our self-insurance policy wasn't even going to give him access to critical
That's a good example.
Cancer treatment medicine. Yeah, and so I think, I think it's important we have these conversations, but I also think we need to be really very careful that we frame them in the concept of you're talking about someone's, physical and mental health and I just want to leave it at that. I think the cosmetic changes kind of maybe was where I was sort of off a little bit on that. But I have some questions about our self-insurance policy, and I think we probably, there are things in there that need to be examined because I will say personally, I don't ever want to have another firefighter or police officer walk into our council chambers and say, I've got this treatable, life-changing situation, and our health insurance policy isn't going to cover them. So anyway, thank you, Mayor. I have nothing more to say.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Alderman Carlson.
So maybe it's, I'm just trying to get the timing down. So Ms. Holt came to work for the city, X amount of years ago, signed up for the health care, knew, I assume, what health care covered, signed, and then sued the city, and then since then, because of the lawsuit, we've made a change to cover whatever she was essentially suing us for.
Not necessarily because of the lawsuit, also because of a change in the law that clarified what needed to be covered.
But we've made changes since the lawsuit.
That is correct.
And so when we come as employees, we know what we're signing up for. We know essentially what is covered and what's not.
Correct.
So I'm just trying to get time myself. Thank you.
Is that it, Alderman?
Thank you. That's good.
Thank you. The motion is for final passage. There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Mayor Busher, do you have anything you'd like to bring up?
No, sir. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, nay. The voting is now open. Okay, on that motion, there are 7 ayes, no nays, and 2 voting present. The motion passes. The next item on the agenda is number 2024-095, an ordinance authorizing payment in the amount of $152,552.75 to Tyler Hornback, a former Springfield firefighter, for settlement of a workers' compensation claim for case number 21-WC-033361, 21-WC-033356, and 21-WC-033353 for emergency passage. The chair will entertain a motion to place agenda item number 2024-095 on final passage.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, vote yes. All those opposed, vote no. The voting is now open. Mayor Busher, how do you vote? She votes yes. On that motion, there are 10 ayes, no nays, and none voting present. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is number 2024-096, an ordinance authorizing acceptance of execution of grant number 22-611031 from the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity under the Tourism Marketing Partnership Program in the amount of $70,145 with matching funds required in the amount of $70,145, beginning January 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2024, and authorizing a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $70,145 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau for emergency passage. The chair will entertain a motion to place agenda number 2024-096 on final passage.
So move.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Mayor Busher, do you have anything you'd like to bring up?
No, sir.
Thank you. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor of the motion vote yes. All those opposed vote no. The voting is now open. Mayor Busher, how do you vote?
Yes. I vote yes.
Votes yes. And with that, there are 10 voting aye, none voting nay. The motion carries. The next item on the agenda is number 2024-097, an ordinance authorizing execution of an agreement with the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity to accept and execute a supplemental appropriation international grant agreement with beginning July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2024 in the amount of $113,820 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau for emergency passage. The chair will entertain a motion to place agenda item number 2024-097 on final passage.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Mayor Busher, do you have anything to discuss here? Okay, hearing no discussion, all those in favor of the motion vote yes. All those opposed vote no. The voting is now open. Mayor Busher, how do you vote?
Oh, yes.
She votes yes. On that motion, there are 10 ayes, none voting nay, no present. The motion carries. The next item on the agenda is number 2024-098, an ordinance authorizing execution of agreement with Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity to accept, execute, and supplementally appropriate Route 66 grant agreement beginning July 1, 2023 through June 30th, 2024 in the amount of $232,000 for the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau for emergency passes. The chair will entertain a motion to place agenda item number 2024-098 on final passage.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Mayor Busher, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion vote yes. All those opposed vote no. The voting is now open. Mayor Busher, how do you vote? On that motion, there are 10 ayes, no nays, none voting present. Motion carries. Okay, moving along in the agenda, next item on the agenda is unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business to bring before the city council this evening? Going once, going twice, 3 times. Mayor, anything to add? Okay. Moving along, is there any new business to bring before the city council this evening? Alderwoman Purchase.
Thank you. I just wanted to commend our public works staff, our police department, everyone that made it a successful event on Saturday. There was a ton of people there, and it was just an amazing time for families and for me.
It was a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was.
Any further new business? Any further new business? Mayor Busher, any new business?
No, sir, but thank you for turning the meeting for me tonight.
Thank you. Hope you're feeling better, by the way. Okay, Mr. Clerk, have there been any requests from the citizens to address the council this evening?
Yes. Alice Ramey.
Alice.
Signed up, don't roll your eyes.
Roll your eyes at us.
She rolls her eyes, you're right, you signed up.
I was thinking about something else. Very nice hamburger with a little cheese and,
Yeah.
okay.
Will you please introduce yourself?
What did you say?
I said, will you please introduce yourself?
We don't recognize you with the new hairstyle.
Well, thank you. I thought I'd try something different.
Curls always look
I'm
good.
tired of my hat. I thought I'd try it. My name is Alice Ramey,
Welcome.
Mayor. I live in Springfield, Illinois. And I want to apologize to CWLP because this morning a man knocked on my door and told me my lights were flickering. And I did not call them, and the man was very nice, and I apologize for the fact that he had to come out here and check something that was called in to make another one of those anonymous phone calls. Also, the police department, I want to thank them because they are been very, very good when I call and say the man has garbage or the fire department has a fire going on. But one thing I do want to complain about, and I have not had it settled yet, is the dogs. I know that Roy has talked about it too, and it seems like they do not want to do anything about it. And these dogs are being trained to fight, and which is not fair because there's a lot of young kids that are running around riding their little bikes when it's nice like this out, and it shouldn't have to happen. We also have a beautiful city council and a nice young man as pro tem mayor. I appreciate the fact that you are up here listening to people that have problems in their neighborhood and try to settle it. But if you give Republic 1 penny, because they have not picked up the leaves yet, and they've been sitting there since the last time leaves fall, okay? And that's not right. And people's trees, our limbs are out there. I don't know, does city pick those up or does Republic pick them up? The branches and stuff like that.
The branches is the city of Springfield, and it's on a schedule.
I know, I just wondered what the schedule is for Ward 3 and 2 and 1.
I got the guy for you to talk to. He's sitting right over there by the window. Director Folks can.
Well, he's always in trouble with me.
Yeah, well, tonight will be no different.
No, it will be because he's not in trouble. I got it. But thank you very much for letting me talk. Thank you very much for listening. And have a beautiful, blessed day and a beautiful night.
Thank you very much.
Love those curls, Alice.
Mr. Clerk, any further citizens sign up to speak this evening?
No one has signed up, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Corporation Counsel, is there a need for executive session this evening?
No, sir.
Is there any other new business come before the council this evening? Hearing none, all those, is there a motion?
Did you want to check, see if anybody?
Any citizens in the crowd wish to? Sir, you will come up and introduce yourself, please. You get 5 minutes and address the chair.
Thank you for allowing me to be up here. My name is Johnny Bishop. I am the union president of the American Postal Workers here in Springfield. Many of you know, we've reached out to some of you that the Springfield plant is on the list to be downsized. We've been in contact with the mayor's office. We've talked to some of the state reps, some of the senators. The worst happened that we thought, well, not the worst, but they planned it in short notice, and they did it on next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. They do this purposely to have the least amount of power there that we can with the city council, any of our aldermen, our mayor. What I'm asking is if you guys can't attend, can you have somebody from your office attend? This is very important. We were just a week ago tonight, they did the same thing to Champaign-Urbana, and I was there. The Urbana mayor actually put everything on hold, and they attended the meeting, which they didn't expect. It's what they're trying to do is they're learning from 2011. They said they were closing Springfield, moving us to St. Louis. This time they're calling it a downsizing, but the downsizing is the same thing. Their big thing is no layoffs. Well, it's a big deal, no layoffs for Springfield, Illinois. They can't lay us off. All they can do is either move us or have us do a different job somewhere else, and if not, then you got to quit. What we're asking is as much support as we can from you guys. I know we have post offices in certain wards, but this isn't just a ward problem. This is the whole city of Springfield. They want to send your mail to to St. Louis, which is in the bottom of the country for getting stuff on time. And kind of a perfect timing right now, they did this in Atlanta, Georgia, because they're doing it across the country. And if you look online over the last 2 days, they got a problem in Atlanta, Georgia at that plant that they process all the mail for Atlanta, basically. They've got semis sitting on the side of the highway and on the frontage road that have been there for a day or two just waiting to get in and dock and unload. I mean, it's public knowledge. You guys look it up. We're trying to avoid that. I'm asking, as a union president, you know, they're talking about giving us $7 million, $15 million, $20 million, whatever, to build up our place over there on Cook Street. Why not give us a new facility? That building was built in 1969. It's got asbestos all over it. You know, we don't want updated lightings and bathrooms. We want to be able to do our job for the communities. The rural communities are affected here too because starting in July, we're hearing they're only going to do one-time delivery, which normally we pick up mail and drop it off to like Athens, Rochester, Chatham, anything within 25, 30, 40 miles of here. Starting in July, well, what we do is we drop it off in the morning. We pick it back up in the evening. And that won't be possible in July. They're going to drop it off one time in the morning. They won't do it again till the next day. So if anybody's mailing medicine or they're mailing election ballots, a lot of these smaller communities, even Springfield, you can't get it canceled on the day that you mailed it. So that's going to be a big problem. And they want to mail our election mail from here out of state to Missouri and then mail it back here. We already know what kind of delays they've put out there the last 3 to 4 years on us. And by allowing them to do this, it's going to delay your mail 8 to 10 days just to mail it across the street to your neighbor. I can't imagine what it's going to do on election mail. In fact, the people that were there for the post office, the gentleman addressed an elderly lady that was there in a wheelchair, and she had asked about her election mail. She likes to mail it like on noon, 1 o'clock on the day that it's due. And she asked, will it get postmarked and will it still be valid? The guy won't make the mistake again, but he told her that you need to be more responsible and mail it sooner. And that's exactly what he said. It got pretty nasty in there at that point, but we need everybody's support. So that's what we're asking here. If there's any way anybody can make it, whatever they can do. But they purposely planned this at the worst time for the city of Springfield. Plus, they also put us in a location, the Hilton Garden Inn on Dirksen Parkway, The last time they did this in 2011, I believe the mayor at that time got us put to Springfield High School auditorium, and we packed the house. They actually left in the middle of the meeting. They just walked out. But this time they planned it at the Garden Hilton. I went there and looked at it. It's very minimal seating. They could have easily did it at the Crown Plaza right next door and listened to what we have to say, because this is the state capitol. There's no reason why we can't add on and do more. Than, instead of downsizing, we need to be increasing. And that's what I have. Thank you.
Well, we really appreciate you coming this evening. You know, a key part of any economic development program, 101, they'll tell you one of the most important things is retention. Retention of jobs, retention of business, let alone the service the post office supplies to our citizens. I thank you for coming. We all thank you for coming. Can you be a little more specific, though? Say it again. Tuesday, March
26th, a week from tonight at 6 p.m. At the Lincoln Hilton Garden. That's when it's going to start. Our paper,
which is located where? Across from
right behind Crown Plaza. It's the building right behind it. They did not give us a time frame and said from 6 to 8, but I have been to the other town meetings. I traveled to them to research, see what they're saying, and they give them a 2-hour limit. They don't put that in paper. They don't put it in writing, but they wait till you get there, and then they tell you. They actually got up and started walking away, and there was still 20, 30 people to talk and champagne. So we want to make sure our officials get up there. They get their words in. We want it, well known that the city of Springfield don't want to put up with that. Our mail should not be going to another state.
Thank you for coming. Please don't leave the podium just yet. We have some members of the council that have signed up to speak as well. Alderwoman Purchase.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, President Johnny. So I'm going up that Monday. As you know, my dad is the union president, where they're going to be in the Donis Grove area and speaking on the behalf, too, with having the post office in my downtown area, too, because of Tuesday not being able to make it. But do you know who all is coming from Chicago down here on Tuesday?
Are you speaking on the APW side or the post office side?
The post office side.
They have not notified us who it is. When we went to the Peoria one, they had one gentleman there. Okay. And he basically sat there or stood there, listened to everybody's complaints and that, and told them, well, we're videoing this and we're going to send it to our higher ups. Champaign did a little different. They had 6 people there. That one guy was running it. They would answer certain questions. Only one that I know for sure will be there is a gentleman named Frank Veal. He's out of the district. Other than that, we do not know who's going to be there. And I think they learned that from the last time they took on Springfield, is to not let us know who was there.
Well, I'll be speaking up from you in Chicago because you have the head postal master that will be there that Monday speaking in Donis Grove. So
now, which one is that? Because that's not a downsizing. What's that one on?
It'll be talking about most of this too, and we have our congressional members that'll be there as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything further, Alderman?
No, thank you.
Alderman Hanauer.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming in. And so, just to be clear, you want citizens there as well?
Yes, we want anybody we can get there. And we actually have a survey that they gave us, and I have that I can give everybody. For anybody that can attend, even, anybody in your wards, anybody in the city, the county, anybody in the state can get on and do that survey. They say that survey is going to help, and we want to get that word out there.
Is there a way you can get us that, and we can put it out on social media, and then try to get people to, I guess that would let them know that they're against it?
Yep.
Or can they get on somewhere and comment that they're against this, or write letters?
And that's what that is. That survey is. It asks if you're a business or a person. Then it asks for comments, and that's where you can put whatever you want in there. I believe I emailed it to 3 older women and men. I didn't have everybody's emails, but I will get those over the next 24 hours, and I'll make sure everybody gets that.
Sean, did you get it?
I got it. I'll send it to him so he can send it out to us.
All right, we've got it then, and we'll get it out on our social media, and yeah, I appreciate you. And yeah, being the capital city, we don't need our mail going all over the place. There's too much important stuff going on. So,
and what they're wanting, they're just wanting one processing plant in the whole state, and that's Chicago. And everything south of Chicago, it's either going to Chicago or going to go to St. Louis or Indianapolis. There's no reason for it. I mean, I've been a postal employee for 35 years. My dad was there 37 years. I grew up in that place. they're trying to dismantle us from the inside. It's been a plan of DeJoy's, the Postmaster General, for some time, and I can see where it's headed. We need to put a stop to it. And Senator Durbin and Duckworth, Bernie Sanders, they're all on our side. They're putting stuff out constantly, fighting for the post office. So, this isn't a political thing. This is a community thing. We're one of the biggest staffers for employment for veterans. The Postal Service always has. Postal Office has been around 249 years. And for them to downsize it like they're doing, it's horrible. I'm hearing that they're talking to some of the mayors maybe in different areas around here, telling them, well, we're going to build you a new office. But they're not coming forward and being honest with them and telling them, well, we're going to build you an office, but you're not going to be able to mail from there. It's just going to be where your community can pick up mail at post office boxes. Some of these people can't get out. They rely on the Postal Service for their medications and stuff.
Alderman Gregory.
Yes, I do know, I thank you for coming. I do know this has been sent out with Haley, our communications director. I know we have a robust, I don't even know how many people is part of that. I do know the Facebook responses is starting to get around a little bit, and the news is playing it. So, I know the community is upset, and, I know quite a few people are planning on showing up. And one of us, we over deciding who's going to miss next week. But I'm the senior alderman, so I'm going to see him probably. But we do plan on definitely fighting for the post office to stay right there and not downsizing the jobs and all of those things. So we appreciate you, and definitely we plan on trying to fight hard for it. So thank you. I appreciate you coming in and doing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderwoman Conley.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming in. And this word is spreading. I just want to tell you, I just checked in my email. Chamber of Commerce has sent an email out with a summary of what's going on with a link to that survey. So certainly getting businesses on your behind.
I've been busy.
Yes.
Me and Penny. Penny is one of my senior union officials on our executive board.
Well, thank you both
We've
for
been busy.
everything you're doing. I will tell you, and I would suggest this to other council members too, I have a number of areas in my ward that are senior living, kind of communities, and not everyone's on Facebook. So we really need to make sure that especially senior citizens who may be less technologically savvy, but who are very impacted by something like this. I'm probably going to get kicked off the Christmas card list for saying this, but my mom loves to send her Christmas cards. I mean, putting things in the mail, and yes, she's a senior citizen, so I'm getting close to it too, but it's an important means of communication. I mean, it's
very big.
What you're talking about, that sense of community, being able to use the mail and rely on it, and not find out you didn't even, I mean, people assume you drop something off at the post office, it gets stamped right away and you go about your business. So this would be a really big change.
Yep.
So thank you very much for coming in and highlighting the issue. And I am chairing next week's meeting. I was just kind of flipping through our first reading agenda. Doesn't look like anything too controversial, so let's get a quorum here so we can get through business quickly and come out and support this because it's very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alderwoman, and thank you both for coming this evening, and we'll do our part to assist, and we really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Alderwoman Purchase?
Yes, our communications director, she just texted, she said it's also on our website, and she'll continue to share it the rest of this week for us to continue putting it out.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you again. Are there any further citizens that wish to address the council this evening? Going once, going twice.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Later.
Yes.
No, I'm good.
Right. So we're still going to continue to talk with you through the mayor's office.